Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next great JWF pay-per-view. Time for Cash in the Bag. I'm your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by the man who's got a lot of cash and one big bag. It's Captain Tibbs.
And I always keep it right next to me. I sleep with it.
That's right, Tibbs. And tonight is a night that's gonna be draped in gold. All championships are gonna be defended, and we're starting off with a doozy because this man is challenging for the JWF World Heavyweight Championship.
I'm sorry, I've got to put my love for the Hammerman on hold. I thought this was the main event. Oh well, look at that boy, I love him.
That's right, Tibbs. I mean, of course, the Hammerman at WrestlePalooza earned himself a title shot, a title opportunity after defeating his brothers in the VWO. But of course, this has been less of a match about the title and more of a match about respect, as the Hammerman seeks to earn the respect of our JWF champion, Mamoa Curry.
And you know, Sills, that's where I don't agree with the Hammerman. It's not about respect, it's about winning the damn title, Hammerman. Get your hammer on straight.
That's right, Tibbs. But of course, I mean, you gotta agree with him. It's very important in this business to have the respect of your peers, and not just your peers. One of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever grace the JWF ring, it's of course that man, Mamoa Curry.
And Sills, what better way to earn respect than defeating your opponent and taking their title, and then raising it high above their heads?
That's right, Tibbs, and the Hammerman has done everything. He's issued open challenges. He's faced off against foes much larger than him. But even then, I spoke with Mamoa Curry, that man, earlier today, and he said that the Hammerman is a good hand in this company, but he is not championship material. He has yet to earn the respect of the god of the JWF.
Why does he have a police baton?
I mean, maybe he's just gonna put it to some use tonight. Who knows?
He just kind of threw it.
Well, gods have strange thoughts.
It's the police baton.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is for the JWF World Heavyweight Championship. In the left corner, he is the prodigal son of the JWF, the Hammer Man. And in the right corner, he is your JWF World Heavyweight Champion, the god of the JWF, Mamoa Curry.
All right, and there it is, Tibbs. Mamoa Curry handing off his title for what very well may be the last time, the title he's held for so many years. Hold ha, Shibby! Now, Tibbs, in a match like this, like we've said before, Hammerman's been worried about respect. Do you think that could cost him this match?
I don't know, probably.
That's right.
Sills, I don't deal with things like respect.
That actually tracks. That tracks a lot, Tibbs. But it looks like the Hammerman and Mamoa Curry actually exchanging some moves back and forth. And Hammerman taking him to the ground. Huge kick to the back. Both of them seeming very evenly matched until Mamoa Curry taking him down with those swift strikes.
The good old Hammerman rolling out of the ring, though, like a good hammer.
Oh, and I think
a hammer knee.
He was just playing possum, waiting for Mamoa to get to the outside, delivering that huge knee, whipping him up against the ring steps, and Hammerman is unleashed, going after Mamoa Curry, but Mamoa Curry wisely avoiding that knee, and is now back in control.
We shall see for how long, Sills. It's a beautiful match already. I love these boys.
That's right, Tibbs. Now Shibata getting up there on his count, but Hammerman wanting to stop it, and oh, a beautiful stomp to the chest of Mamoa Curry. God or not, that cannot feel good, Tibbs.
In this fragile form that Mamoa Curry adopts when he wrestles, it definitely will not.
That's right. Now Hammerman sending Mamoa chest first into those steel steps, just trying to weaken the chest, perhaps for that hammer leg drop maneuver that we've seen him win so many matches before. And now looks...
Have we?
Oh, unfortunately, I think Hammerman thought he had time to gloat, but Mamoa Curry taking advantage, striking him across the back of the head with that knee, and now just stomping on the face. And now Hammerman rolling out, but getting back in the ring, bouncing off of the ropes, and a beautiful, was going for the big boot, but Mamoa dodges. Both of these men evenly matched, Tibbs. I mean, in all honesty, do you think this is the fight Mamoa Curry was expecting?
You know, Sills, I don't know how I feel about this fight right now, because it may be all about respect between these two gentlemen in the ring, but they sure as hell are not respecting my referee, Shibby.
That's right, Shibata unfortunately going down, but wait a minute. Speaking of going down, Hammer's going up. Is he going for it? There it is! The hammer leg drop. 1, 2. Oh, and Mamoa barely getting that shoulder up at 2. And I don't know if the Hammerman, if he knows what to expect after that.
Well, if I were the Hammerman, I would just keep hammering.
That's right, but Mamoa instead picking up the Hammerman, delivering a huge sit-out powerbomb. I don't know if that hammer leg drop did anything but make the Hammerman mad. Oh, but wait, was going for the Momoan punch, but the Hammerman dodged it. And I think all that he's doing right now is just making Mamoa Curry mad, Tibbs.
That's a very distinct possibility, Sills, but it's also a very distinct possibility. Stop knocking him over, damn it!
He's not the... Wait a minute. Is he going for another? Hammer on the top rope? Oh, no, instead choosing to just stomp on the chest, going for that pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, and he gets up once again, and Hammerman does not look happy, Tibbs.
You know, Sills, a good old stomp to the chest, that's enough to put a man away, but you really, really gotta know where you're hitting.
That's right, Tibbs, and now just working over the arm of Mamoa Curry, trying to keep the God grounded. A wise move, I think. But unfortunately, Mamoa fighting back out, getting back to his feet, delivering a huge shot, and a beautiful hip toss takes down the Hammerman.
I've not seen Mamoa Curry in such a competitive match in a long time. It's very refreshing. Very glad it's against my boy.
That's right, and looks like Mamoa backing up into the corner, could be preparing for it. That move that won him the title. The Fisherman's... Oh! Hammerman! Hammerman ducked the spear, was going for a huge cutter, and delivers a massive boot to the face, and Mamoa Curry is bleeding, Tibbs.
My God!
That's right, and now Hammerman putting the boots. Mamoa, I think Mamoa's frazzled. Beautiful Hurricane Rana takes him down. Go to the top rope. Make your dreams come true, Hammerman. There it is. The hammer leg drop. 1, 2. What?
And Mamoa Curry kicked out after that beautiful sequence from the Hammerman. I thought the Hammerman had it. I thought he laid the hammer down.
Tibbs, that was like 2 9/10. Shibata's hand was about to hit the mat. Oh, but unfortunately Mamoa Curry fighting back, and he does not look happy, Tibbs.
Sills, after I was manhandled in such a way by the Hammerman, I don't think I'd feel happy either.
That's right, but Mamoa taking him down with a beautiful clothesline, backing up into the corner, and it looks like he is setting up for that Momoan punch. Oh, and now the Hammerman bleeding as well. Both of these men donning crimson masks. This match is vicious as Mamoa goes for that pin. 1, 2. Oh! Before Shibby can get the 2 count, Hammerman getting up. And now Mamoa, I think Momoa's getting ready to finish him off, Tibbs. getting ready to deliver that move that won him the title, the Fisherman's Spear. Let's see it one more time.
Not like this, Hammerman.
Well, unfortunately, Tibbs, that spear is put down. I'll say it, men who have been better than the Hammerman. It's put down demons. It's put down gods. Going for that pinfall. 1, 2.
Yeah, you take that shit back right now, boy.
The Hammerman kicked out of the Fisherman's Spear, and Mamoa Curry is pissed, delivering a massive powerbomb in the center of the ring to the Hammerman, who is unmoving. I don't know. Oh, knee to the face. Tibbs, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Well, Hammerman fighting back. It seemed like he wasn't. It seemed like he wasn't responding, but now he's back up, and he delivers that big hammer boot straight to the face.
He's got his second wind, Sills, you see.
That's right, and
that's
now
what makes a real wrestler. Come on.
Hammerman is halfway across the ring, and oh! I don't know if he got all of that hammer leg drop, but Mamoa Curry is still unmoving. 1, 2. Oh, and Mamoa getting that shoulder up once again. Let me tell you something. I think if Mamoa had just been that 1 centimeter closer, if Hammerman had been able to get that entire move off, we may have been seeing a new JWF champion, Tibbs.
Oh, I can only dream, Sills. I love both of these men in the ring here, but there's something special, explosive, and new about the Hammerman. He's like a new toy that you want to play with all day.
That's right, Tibbs. But of course, Hammerman with a beautiful splash once again trying to take down Mamoa Curry. But we know he's already gotten out of 3 hammer leg drops. And now he's got the Hammerman in a headlock. But Hammerman making his way back to his feet. The boy's still fighting, Tibbs.
He's gotta go.
Oh, and that beautiful kick to the side of the head, going to the top rope is the Hammerman.
Wait, Jimmy, get up.
Shibata going down, and oh, looked like he was actually trying for an elbow drop, but Mamoa getting out of the way. That's why they call it high risk, Tibbs, and now just battering the spine of the Hammerman with those elbows. And I think he's trying to set up for one last move, one last spear, and oh my God! Tibbs! The Hammerman actually... Well, he was reversing it into a DDT, but now what's he doing? Is he calling for the spear? Hammerman! You had it won! Oh, and instead delivers that hammer kick straight to the side of the skull, going for that pinfall. 1, 2... Oh, and Mamoa kicking out at 2, Tibbs. These 2 men, I don't know what it's gonna take.
So close.
That's right. And Mamoa Curry, what the? Shibata actually going over to check on Mamoa Curry. Tibbs is the god of the JWF, all right?
I don't know. I've never seen Shibata have to check on someone like that before. That can't be.
No, but Hammerman, taking advantage with the hammer leg drop. Let's see that one more time. Tibbs, this could be it. Hammer making his way back to his feet, but instead of going for the pinfall, going to that top rope once again, Hammerman is incensed. Another hammer leg drop. Okay, production, we don't need another replay. There you go. Okay. And, Tibbs, he's going for 3. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Cheering the crowd going crazy, Tibbs.
Hammer.
Oh, and Mamoa dodging out of the way at the last second, picking Hammerman up. And, oh no, Tibbs, here it is. That massive power bomb in the center of the ring. 1, 2. Oh, Hammerman got out. Hammerman got out of the pinfall, but unfortunately, I think it's only set him up for defeat as Mamoa gets in that corner. And there it is, the Fisherman's Spear. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. I think Shibata can count to 1,000 right now. The Hammerman is out.
We've said that about 7 times in this match, Sills. Are you sure?
Well, let's see. Going for that pinfall. 1, 2, 3. And after what was an absolutely hellacious match, ladies and gentlemen, Mamoa Curry has retained his JWF World Heavyweight Championship. But let me tell you something, he didn't do it without a fight.
I'm gonna go cry now.
I don't know what you have to cry about, Tibbs, but I don't know what the Hammerman would have to cry about after that performance. No one in this arena can say that the Hammerman is anything less than a star.
Well, damn it, Sills, I already knew that. I just wanted him to have the title.
That's right, and now, fortunately, Hammerman looking dejected, Mamoa Curry celebrating in the middle of the ring, and Tibbs, he's offering him a handshake.
All right.
And there it is! He is... Oh! And I think Mamoa Curry knows this won't be the last time he faces the Hammerman. But one thing can be said for sure, Tibbs, and that is the Hammerman has the respect of the champion.
Hey everybody, Captain Tibbs here, Commissioner of the JWF, and I'm here today to tell you about merch.alodapurebs.com/fightboys, where you can find all of your great merchandise for the JWF superstars that you love the most. Here we have t-shirts, tumblers, whatever you could want, where you can support your favorite superstars. We have things like the Blake Tanner anti-underdog shirt. We have the Captain Tibbs shirt with my beautiful face on it. Something with the JWF logo. Are you a fight boy or a fight girl? Doesn't matter, we got shirts for them both. And of course, my favorite, the Fight Boys tumbler glass. You can put anything in it, even Captain Tibbs' special drink. Whatever you want, find it over at merch.alodapurebs.com and look for the Fight Boys section.
All right, Tibbs, and we go from a match about the JWF Championship to this match that's all about the JWF Captain's Championship, and of course, this man, the Dylan, one of the greatest Captain's Champions we've ever seen, challenging for his title. Now, Tibbs, of course, we thought that Dylan had moved on from the JWF Captain's Championship, but that all changed at WrestlePalooza, where after an absolutely amazing match against Chuck Taylor, Dylan was assaulted from behind by the current Captain's Champion, Mojo Gruff, and it only got darker from there, Tibbs.
It's truly despicable to see how far Mojo Gruff has fallen, aligning himself with, well, I find it too horrible to speak.
Well, Tibbs, you say it's horrifying to speak, but I got, huge plumes of fire signaling the arrival of this man, Mojo Gruff, and of course at his side is something that Mojo had been claiming to be the voice in his head, the one that told him to assault Dylan, the demon Honeypot, who I know you know all too well, Tibbs.
I do, Sills, although I've never quite seen the demon like that.
I don't know, I think he's got some new style thanks to Mojo Gruff, some new attitude. As these two men aligned themselves, people have called it almost like a demonic alliance between the two. And a lot of people are saying Honeypot is what's going to help this man keep his title.
Well, Sills, if there's anyone that could do it, it is the terrifying abomination on this earth that is Honeypot's, the destroyer and devourer, the one from below, and yada yada.
Well, I mean, Tibbs, let's not forget, as Dylan brought up on the latest episode of JWF Monday Night War, Honeypot was, of course, one of his first opponents in JWF was the Dylan, who was immediately beaten by the Dylan. The Dylan has beaten both of these men in the ring.
Do you think that may even play into the Dylan's famous cockiness?
That's right, the ego may also be getting the best of him in this match. But, ooh, Mojo Gruff, was flipping him over. But luckily, Dylan grabbed the ropes before he could cinch in that move. And now Dylan just walking around the ring. And, looked like Honeypot was going after him. But instead, Dylan fighting back. And now going after Mojo Gruff. But unfortunately, Mojo fighting back, taking control, Tibbs. I mean, do you think that the Dylan's hatred of Honeypot could also play into this? Could it distract him from the goal at hand? Well, he's still fighting against Honeypot instead of fighting in the match, so I think that answered my question.
That's quite reasonable, though.
That's right, Tibbs, but of course in recent months we've seen a new, almost like a revived version of the Dylan compared to what we used to see. More viciousness as he puts Mojo up on that top rope. What in the world is he going for? Oh my God, a massive back suplex sending him across the ring, and now just bragging to Honeypot saying, that's what I can do to your little friend.
He's doing the Dylan thing again though, huh?
Yes, that may unfortunately play into his demise as, Mojo hits that beautiful forearm, but now Dylan rolling to the outside once again.
Yep, there it is.
And now going after Honeypot. But Honeypot actually rolls him in the ring. It's surprising to see Honeypot as the voice of reason. But Mojo has got him rolled up. 1, 2. And he gets out of it at the last minute. Tibbs, let me tell you something. I don't know how the Dylan would react if he lost to a roll-up.
I think I've seen it happen before. It was not pretty.
That's right. Now Dylan's got Mojo in the corner, bragging to the crowd. Do you think he could be setting up for the sick dick kick? But unfortunately, Mojo getting up at the last minute. And a beautiful snapmare and an elbow drop takes Dylan down.
I wish he'd try to set up for something.
That's right. Unfortunately, Dylan not seeming to really get that aggression going. Do you think it's playing into what Mojo Gruff said on War a couple weeks back? Mojo Gruff, of course, announcing that the viciousness, the aggression that the Dylan is known for, it's all playing into his hands. Do you think Dylan's trying to avoid that aggression because of that?
If he's been trying, Sills, he's not been doing a great job of it, now, let's be honest.
That's right, and unfortunately, Honeypot distracting Dylan once again, allowing Mojo Gruff to get the advantage. Looks like he was going for the Baja Blast, but grabbing the foot is the Dylan, and now he's going after Honeypot, who I know he is not happy with.
No, Sills, if you knew his true intentions, no one would be happy with him.
What in the world is Dylan doing? Oh my God! That Dylan with a massive spear sends Honeypot through our barricade. And Tibbs, that might take out the demon for the rest of the match. I'll tell you that right now.
Into that small child!
That's right, but now Mojo Gruff back on the outside. Was going for a back suplex. Dylan flipping over, and a beautiful move takes Mojo Gruff down as Dylan rolls into the ring. And Dylan, you actually have to beat him. You can't just stay in the ring. Champion's advantage.
I'm sure he gets it.
That's right, but now Honeypot seeming a little bit more active after he was speared through that barricade. Now just screaming at the Dylan. Back and forth these two men are going. And let me tell you something. I think Honeypot's got to be... I was going to say he's got to be careful. He's taking apart the table, Tibbs.
I really don't like that he's that close to me right now.
That's right, and now actually rolling in the ring. Is he going after Shibata? What's he doing? Dylan rolling
it's like
Mojo
something has
in.
Possessed him.
Looks like Dylan rolling into the ring. Now Shibata, the faithful referee, kicking Honeypot out as Mojo hits the Baja Blast. And I think that distraction was a long enough time for the Dylan to get the shoulder up. I think if Honeypot wasn't in the ring, Mojo Gruff would have just retained his title.
If Honeypot wasn't in the ring, Mojo Gruff wouldn't have hit that in the first place.
That's right, as Dylan now fighting back. A huge shot, that shoulder tackle, and is he setting up for it? Could he be setting up for that move we know as total destruction? And now taking Mojo Gruff, leading him to the ropes. Oh, smashing his skull into that barricade. Oh, but him fighting back, tossing him. And now Mojo Gruff firmly back in control with a beautiful bulldog going into the corner. And Tibbs, unfortunately, it looks like the Dylan is set up perfectly for the Bayou dive, going for that pinfall. 1, 2, oh! The Dylan kicked out. The Dylan kicked out of the Bayou dive, and Mojo Gruff, you know he can't be happy about this, Tibbs.
He can't, but I can.
And of course, let's not forget what the Dylan was saying last week, that if Honeypot wasn't here, Mojo Gruff, there'd be no way he could defend his title. Well, Honeypot's... Wait! Oh! The Baja Blast! Going for that pinfall! 1, 2... Oh, and he kicks out at the last minute. And Tibbs, I think the Dylan's right. Without Honeypot here, Mojo Gruff is struggling.
After seeing your voice of reason that's been telling you what to do for so long just disappear, it can't feel good.
That's right. Now Dylan picking him up. Beautiful neck breaker takes Mojo Gruff down, going for that pinfall. Oh, but Mojo managed to get his foot on the rope just in time. And I think if that rope wasn't there, oh, beautiful knee takes him down. And now he's got him wrenched back on that neck. He's trying to break the spine of Mojo Gruff, Tibbs. And it looks like Mojo's struggling. Looks like he's trying to reach out for one of the ropes, but instead managing to break the hold, tripping Dylan against the ropes. And
his face smashed into the ropes.
And now he's got him on the outside, was trying for a huge strike, but Dylan, of course, a master of striking, reversing, tossing him into the corner. It looks like he was trying to go for that sick dick kick, but Mojo reverses. And now it's going to the outside. Tibbs, what's Mojo Gruff doing?
He got a chip. Hey, wait a minute.
You'll get disqualified. Oh, wait a minute. No, he's got it set up in the corner. What in the world is he doing?
That's a foreign object.
That's right. Oh, but wait. Dylan wisely ducking out of the way, jumping on. Oh, my God! Shibata, as he was tossing to the chair to the outside, Dylan managed to kick it into the face of Mojo Gruff, puts him down, huge senton. And now bouncing off, beautiful moonsault from the Dylan takes out Mojo Gruff. And now I think all Dylan's got to do, oh my God, Dylan, oh my God, stomping on the fingers. And Tibbs, I think that ruthless aggression that Mojo Gruff was needing, Dylan's showing it tonight.
What?
He was setting up for total destruction. Mojo managed to get out of the way and is now picking the Dylan off of the ground, tossing him into the ropes and clotheslining him to the outside, Tibbs.
That takes a lot of power to do that.
That's right, and now Mojo wisely on the outside picking up the Dylan, popping him against our announce table that Honeypot cleared off earlier. What's Mojo Gruff thinking, Tibbs?
I don't know, but I'm not fond of people being put on my announce tables.
Oh no, Mojo Gruff on the top rope, and oh my God! A massive elbow drop through the Dylan, breaking the announce table. The crowd chanting, "This is awesome!" And Tibbs, I gotta agree with them.
Hey, I heard something crack.
I'm hoping that's the table, but it could be the body of the Dylan.
Oh God, my water bottle!
Wait a minute, it looks like Mojo Gruff just wanting the count-out victory over the Dylan, waiting for him to get back. Oh, but wait a minute. Actually coming back inside the ring is the Dylan, and I don't know how Mojo Gruff feels about it. I think that elbow drop was his last big move.
Oh, but it's clearly affected the Dylan.
That's right, the Dylan looking woozy, but Mojo's got that chair again. Setting it up in the corner, but Dylan grabs him, puts him between his legs, and, oh wait, was trying for a power bomb, I think, but he reverses it into a massive clothesline. And now, luckily, Shibata, our faithful referee, getting the chair out of the way, and I think that spoiled Mojo's plan. Mojo was trying to toss him through that chair, but it's out of the way because we've got some of the best referees in the world, and by that I mean just Shibata.
Best in the world.
That's right. Now Mojo's got him in the corner, bouncing up. Beautiful drop kick, taking down the Dylan. Now he climbs to that top rope. Could he be trying to finish him off? Oh, wait a minute. No. Mocking the Dylan with that beautiful moonsault, going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, and he gets the shoulder up at 2, Tibbs.
Oh.
Let's not forget just how much of a fighter the Dylan is, how much he would do anything for these titles. Going for that pinfall. 1. Oh, and Mojo kicking out at 1. And now Dylan, I think, trying to finish it off, stomping across the face. But of course, the Dylan not utilizing as much of his dick-based offense. That may be costing him in this match, Tibbs.
It's quite possible, Sills.
Ball blast! Ball blast from out of nowhere! 1, 2, 3. And Tibbs.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Mojo Gruff is proven that the entire course of a match, it doesn't matter how resilient you are, how much of a fighter you are, all it takes is one quick move like that Baja Blast, and that could take you out of the title picture for a while.
Well, I find this utterly distasteful.
That's right, Tibbs, but of course, let's not forget, much like the Hammerman in the first match we saw, the Dylan put up one hell of a fight, but unfortunately, Mojo Gruff still came out victorious.
Butt munch.
That's right, Tibbs. Now, let's not forget, though, this ain't the last we're going to see of Mojo Gruff tonight, just like it's not the last we're going to see of many champions, because tonight's Cash in the Bag match is going to be all champions, which means we're going to see Mojo Gruff back to seek an opportunity to get that briefcase.
This summer, 2 men save the world. From who, you ask? Everything invading robo-penises.
This show is not about those 2 men. This show's just a load of BS. The show are Blake Tanner and Scotty Moore make up dumbass movies like that. We're your personal think tank. We're your 2 white guys, which fills the quota for a podcast, I think.
And we're just gonna be here to have a good time and talk about sauerkraut.
That's right, except no substitutes, ladies and gentlemen, because this is that pure, uncut BS.
Good, uncut.
All right, Tibbs, it's now time for a WrestlePalooza rematch, but let me tell you something. Ever since WrestlePalooza, this rivalry, it's been heightened. It's gotten personal because, of course, these 2 men are seeking vengeance for what the BS did to them at WrestlePalooza.
And vengeance they may have tonight. Oh, look at Honeybuster run around.
That's right, of course.
He's so cute.
These men, famous in the early 2000s, former JWF Tag Team Champions in their own right, the team of Coach James and that man, David Honey Mustard Jenkins, who has had almost a bit of a renaissance lately, Tibbs.
Yep. I remember back in the day when he used to just be my Pomeranian.
What?
Honey Mustard used to be my dog.
Oh, and he became human. That's what you're...
Yep. I dripped some magical honey mustard on him, and that's what happened.
Well, Tibbs, let me tell you something. Someone who wants to beat the honey mustard out of David Jenkins are, of course, these 2 men. The JWF Tag Team Champions, the team of Scotty Moore, Blake Tanner, the BS. BS. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. A few weeks ago, the BS were in the ring hosting an episode of their show, A Load of BS. They brought out Honey Mustard Jenkins thinking they could get the jump on him, but Honey Mustard fought back in what was an absolutely amazing display, and I think it's proven to the BS that they don't just have to worry about the coach. They got to worry about the friend as well.
The friend will always get you. In the end, it is the friend who stabbed you in the back.
That's right, Tibbs, and of course these two men know all about stabbing their friends in the back. Scotty Moore even turning on Blake Tanner last year. They had an amazing rivalry for the JWF Championship, but now they have reunited, reclaimed the JWF Tag Team titles. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. I think Honey Mustard and Coach are going to have to do a lot to get those titles off of these boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is for the JWF Tag Team Championships. In the left corner, they are the team of Coach James and Honey Mustard Jenkins, Coach and Friend. And in the right corner, they are your JWF Tag Team Champions, Blake Tanner, Scotty Moore. They are the BS.
All right, Tibbs, and I know the BS don't like to do this, but they are handing off those JWF Hold it high, Shindy! Sorry, I had something caught in my throat there. It took me off my game, but Tibbs, let me ask you something. In this match, I was gonna say who has the advantage, but the BS taking quick advantage with those strikes.
Yep, they're just taking them out. They didn't deal with it. It's fine.
Oh, but wait a minute. Coach and Friend fighting back. Coach James got Scotty Moore in the corner as Honey Mustard Jenkins just stomping on the body of Blake Tanner. Coach, Snake Eyes taking out Scotty, but Scotty fighting back with a huge clothesline as Blake Tanner delivers a few of those patented European uppercuts. Now, of course, I mean, the BS, they were fan favorites heading into WrestlePalooza, but they almost found themselves disrespected by the arrival of Coach and James, these old-timers they like to call them, and they considered their match offensive. I mean, in Tibbs, I got to agree with them. They main evented last year's WrestlePalooza, and going on to face Coach and James, I mean, do you consider it a step down?
Coach and Friend says, of course not. To face two legends, two future Hall of Famers.
That's
Coach and Friend.
That's right, Tibbs. I mean, let's not forget, after that match, the BS, they weren't finished. They pulled out steel chairs. They assaulted Coach and Friend, and we know for a fact that Coach and Friend did not appreciate that, asking for this match, which is, of course, no holds barred.
Sills, would you appreciate just having the utter hell beaten out of you on the grandest stage of all? No! They deserve this match.
That's right,
Coach and
Tibbs.
Friend.
Meanwhile, Scotty Moore in the Lion's Den was fighting against Coach and Friend on his own, but Blake Tanner finally rejoining him, taking Honey Mustard, putting him against the ring post. And Tibbs, what in the world's Scotty Moore doing? He's got him. Oh my God! Crushing the skull of Honey Mustard Jenkins, and we know Honey Mustard, he's still recovering from several concussions that he got at WrestlePalooza. I mean, what kind of a man is Scotty Moore that he would do something like that?
Sills, are you surprised?
Not particularly, but one man who I am surprised by is Blake Tanner. I mean, Tibbs, let's not forget Blake Tanner was one of the most famous JWF champions. The crowd loved him, but ever since he reunited with Scotty Moore, it's almost like something's changed in his brain. Well, what can you say?
Sills, sometimes there's always a time in a superstar's life when they just realize that they need to change some things around now. Blake Tanner always been a hard worker, but he's just kind of lost a step recently, and he's trying new shit to get back to getting back with his old friend, winning the championships, turning into utter assholes. It's all part of life.
Well, I mean, let's also not forget the BS. They were also part of the Fight Boys with the man who we just saw face off against Mojo Gruff for the captain's title, the Dylan. And if there's one thing I can say about all three of those men, it's that their ego will usually get the best of them. I just gotta pray. Oh, Scotty Moore with an SMG in the middle of the ring, going for a pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Honey Mustard barely kicking out at 2. And let me tell you something, like I was saying, that's probably not feeling good on the ego of old Scotty Moore.
Nope. But still, you gotta realize that ego means everything until it doesn't.
That's right. And now let me tell you something. In addition to that, everything that's going on between all of these men, there are 4 other men who have to be watching this match closely, and that is the finalists of the JWF Tag Team Invitational Tournament, the team of the Snack Daddies and the VWO, because of course, whoever wins that tournament will go on to face whoever wins this match.
And it's going to be fantastic, Sills. Doesn't matter which of those 2 teams wins, it's gonna be a great challenge to whoever wins this match.
That's right. Meanwhile, Blake Tanner's got Honey Mustard up. Looks like he's going for a massive power bomb. Scotty Moore was going for the pin, but Coach James kicking out. Honey Mustard rolling out of the ring. And now, Tibbs, let me tell you something. I am scared for old Coach James, who was alone in the ring with the BS. But, well, nope, Blake's gone now, I guess.
Oh, okay. Wisely, Coach rolled out to get a little bit of help.
Oh, that's right. And he got himself a 6-foot friend in the form of that massive ladder. But, oh my God! Scotty Moore taking advantage, delivering a massive SMG, tossing the ladder out of the ring as, Jenkins hits that beautiful suplex, taking him down.
Yeah, pin him. Okay.
That's all right. Now Scotty Moore picking Coach James up. Oh, wait, no, that's Blake Tanner. I'm sorry, I couldn't see from here. Delivering that massive bee sting to Coach James, going for that pinfall, but unfortunately Jenkins is right there to break it up. And now Blake Tanner, Jenkins with that huge DDT. And now Scotty Moore coming to try to save his friend, but Jenkins won't relent.
Oh, and now the coach is back up.
That's right. Now, I mean, at this point, how do you think Scotty Moore feels right now? I think he came into this match, like I said, with an ego, but coach and friend have been beating him down relentlessly. But wait a minute. Blake Tanner! Blake Tanner! Blake Tanner hit the detention drop from out of nowhere. Coach James taking him down, but Scotty, oh my God! Just tossed Coach James into Honey Mustard, who was on that top rope, and Honey Mustard fell 6 feet to the ground, Tibbs.
Oh, Coach James hitting a DDT on Scotty Moore, rolling him out of the ring. Blake Tanner's alone with Coach and friend in the ring.
That's right. Now Coach just going after Blake Tanner. And he is in the lion's den. Oh, but it looks like Coach was trying to go for a headlock. Blake fighting back. But now Honey Mustard with the vicious strikes that he is known for, Tibbs.
He likes to dance.
But now Scotty Moore back in the ring facing off against Honey Mustard, who delivers a massive suplex to that man, the Regal Rumble winner. And now just trying to choke the life out of Scotty Moore. He's got him in that triangle choke. Meanwhile, Coach James has got Blake Tanner. Oh my God, he's putting Blake in the STF. Both members of the BS in the submission, but Scotty Moore fights out with a big power bomb and now is going, hopefully, there it is, going to save his friend from Coach James. My God, Tibbs, I'll tell you something. I thought they had the match won right there, but Scotty Moore wisely using the back, the strength to pick up Honey Mustard, and now delivering a massive suplex to him.
I lost the thread of the match. It's just very good.
That's right. Now Scotty Moore being dumped to the outside by Honey Mustard, who's now got Blake Tanner pinned. Scotty breaking it up in the last minute as Coach James rolls back in the ring. Honey Mustard, going for a suplex. Scotty reversing. And Blake Tanner luckily getting in at the last minute. Scotty Moore delivering some massive shots. Putting him in location, was going for an SMG, but Blake Tanner's got him, picking him up. Massive power bomb, and he holds on to it. 1, 2, 3. And Tibbs, like I said during the last match, it's just one move that can change the course of everything. Scotty thought it was going to be the SMG, but it was that power bomb from Blake Tanner that secured these men their titles and their spot in tonight's Cash in the Bag match.
Very hard fought match.
That's right, Tibbs, but I mean, all I can say is what's next for Coach and Friend. The BS are obviously going to be facing the finalists of the tag tournament, but for Honey Mustard, for Coach James, what's next?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. This is everyone's favorite commentator, Silver Spoon, here to remind you that after the show, to go to patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the JWF and all the other BS Network programs exist because of listeners like you, because of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. For the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can support the JWF. You can support them good old Fight Boys, Fun Fiction, a load of BS. You can support the entire network for just a few dollars a month. And of course, you get access to our exclusive Discord where you can help us make decisions. You'll get shouted out on a load of BS every single week. We got tons of perks waiting for you over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. All right, Tibbs, and like we just said, the BS, they're gonna be going on to face the winners of this match. The finals of the JWF Tag Team Invitational Tournament. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. I'm both shocked and not shocked at all to see the VWO. We thought WrestlePalooza was the death of the VWO, but here they are. The seasoned JWF tag team back at it again.
Seems like every time you just try to stomp them out, they come back stronger than ever, Silves. I've almost given up at this point.
That's right, Tibbs. And of course, on that top turnbuckle, Griffin Clouds, a former JWF champion, and his brother Justin. All of them famed tag team experts. Which means, Tibbs, I gotta say, things don't look good for their opponents tonight, who are, of course, the team of Scott Moore and Guy Fieri, the team known as the Snack Daddies.
You know, I feel more confident in a more seasoned VWO team. Maybe if Travis Clouds was here, wherever he is.
Well, Tibbs, let's not forget about the fact that the Snack Daddies, they are seasoned tag team veterans, just not with each other. Guy Fieri, of course, part of the Brunch Boys, a famed tag team, former JWF tag champs. And Scott Moore, I'll say he has the most stakes in this match of anybody because his former tag team partner, the man he was champion with, was, of course, Scotty Moore, one half of the BS.
Well, Sills, personal matters aside, I'm worried about a tag team like this making it in the long run. These two men, huge hosses in the ring, they're tanks of men. Not a lot of variability in their tag team style. They basically do the same thing.
Fair enough point, Tibbs, but I mean, the Snack Daddies, they've been almost a Cinderella story in this tournament. People expected them out in the quarterfinals, then they expected them out in the semifinals, and then somehow they made it all the way here to Cash in the Bag to face the VWO for that #1 contender shot.
Well, Sills, as you know, they say in a Cinderella story, the original version had people chopping their toes off.
I don't know exactly what that has to do with this, but
The evil stepsisters had to chop their toes off to try to get their feet to fit in the slipper when the prince came around. And that's how Cinderella's stories end, damn it.
well, Tibbs, I don't know how this is gonna go because Scott Moore and Guy Fieri, they seem like they've been firmly in control, taking on Griffin. Beautiful super kick, takes him down, stomping on the chest of Griffin, who, I mean, let's not forget the Snack Daddies. They've got, I mean, the VWO, they didn't even get here through winning. They got here through a disqualification. They got here after Honeypot continued the assault for too long. He was forced to DQ them. Do you think that's why Griffin's so slow tonight? He's still injured.
I don't know, Sills. You've seen Griffin Clouds come back from some pretty horrible injuries. You'd think he'd be on the up and up by now, but...
Right. Ooh, wait, Scott was going for the super kick, then Griffin reverse go for a DDT. Both of these men reversing each other. Now, of course, let's not forget, this is not the first time Griffin Clouds has been in the ring with Scott Moore. Of course, infamously at Los Trios Tangos a few years ago, Scott Moore was part of the team that ended up defeating the VWO, kicking them out of the company for a fair long time.
Ah, those were good days.
Now Justin back in the ring, almost like someone a little bit more akin to Scott's size. Might be a wise move to keep Justin in the ring as he just continues that elbow drop, and now playing to the crowd is Justin Clouds picking up Scott and now just whipping him out of the ring.
That's the powerhouse of the VWO right there.
That's right, and Tibbs, let's not forget that match I was talking about, the match where the VWO got DQ'd that allowed them to get in this tournament. We thought this version of the VWO was slapped together, that they were forced into this tournament. But wait a minute, what's Scott Moore? Oh my God! Tibbs, that's two of our barricades just broken apart!
You know, those are made out of plywood.
And that cannot feel good on the back of Justin Clouds as Scott Moore wisely picks him back up and slams him into that ring post, and now just cracking the skull against it. Now Scott Moore, what in the world? Scott Moore climbing to the top rope, Justin getting back in the ring. Oh! And unfortunately, Justin tripping Scott, forcing him to fall into the middle of the ring, going after the arm, but Scott Moore fighting back with a huge shot, but now Justin's got him in the corner.
Oh, they got him in their corner. The VWO could do horrible things to Scott Moore.
That's right. Beautiful. I mean, I didn't even think I could see Scott Moore fly that high, Tibbs. As now Griffin tries to work on that trapezius muscle. And let me tell you something, these two men, they're working harder. It's almost like the VWO of old that we're seeing right now. They've had family issues in recent months, but this is like the men who won the JWF Tag Team Championships. This is the VWO of old, and oh, that cannot be a good thing for the Snack Daddies, Tibbs.
Still, I don't know how I feel about the VWO becoming the force that it was once when they almost took over my company.
That's right, Griffin. Oh, barely kicking out is Scott Moore. And now Griffin getting a little bit of that arrogance that he used to be known for, that arrogance that won him the JWF Championship. And now, luckily, Griffin, Guy Fieri tagging himself in. He could see Scott Moore was winded, and Griffin made the mistake of letting Scott Moore get to his corner, allowing Guy to make that tag. And now Griffin has got to face a fresh King of Flavor Town.
All that hard work the VWO just did to wear Scott Moore down.
Wait! Oh my God! Griffin was going for the under vapor, but Guy reversed it, hit one of his own, and Griffin kicking out. And now it looks like Guy Fieri setting up for something big, waiting for Griffin, and he's got him up, and there it is! Griffin Clouds bleeding, and now getting kicked back down, delivering that food fight. And now Guy just trying to get that pinfall, but unfortunately Justin in there at the last minute to break it up, Tibbs.
Oh, good call on Justin's part.
That's right, but Guy not having it. Oh my God, tossing Justin on top of his own brother. And now tossing him into the turnbuckle. And now what's he doing? He's picking up Griffin, tossing Griffin into his own brother, taking out Shibata with him.
No,
And he's
Jimmy.
making a Fieri sandwich as he takes those two together and beautifully knocks down Griffin Clouds as Guy Fieri takes control, Tibbs.
Oh, Jimmy, what have they done to you, my boy?
All right, but now Griffin fighting back. Oh, but Guy fighting back as well. And let me tell you something, if I'm getting into a punch contest, I don't want to do it with Guy Fieri.
Oh,
Now looks like...
he's got the big punches.
Oh, and Scott Moore now tagging in, whipping Griffin, out of the entire ring as Scott Moore wisely... I mean, at this point, Scott Moore could win by countout. I think Griffin Clouds is beaten so badly that Scott Moore doesn't need to do anything else. Now just whipping Griffin into that corner. And a big headbutt sends him down, and now he's going after Justin Clouds. Scott Moore's on fire, Tibbs.
I thought he was going to send him through that barricade for a second.
We can't afford it, but wait! Oh my God! Scott Moore with a vicious spear takes out Justin Clouds as Shibata continues the count. Looks like he's at a count of 7 right now. Griffin has got to get back in this ring or else he may not be in the tag team scene at all. But there he...
Had to get in there quickly, too.
That's right, but he's made it back in. Now taking Scott. Just destroying him like that. And now wisely just stomping on him. Going after Scott Moore. But Scott Moore fighting back with a smack to the face. And now Griffin. What in the world is Griffin Clouds doing? He's got Scott Moore in the turnbuckle. Pulled him out. Is he? Griffin? What? I feel like that's a move that Scott Moore does, but I don't think it has the same impact when Griffin does it. Tibbs, what do you think?
Sills, I'll be honest, we're all adults here. Griffin Clouds, man has no ass.
Yes, that's a fair point, but now he's...
Scott Moore, all ass.
And that ass could put a man down, and now taking on Griffin once again is Scott Moore, bashing him in the skull, tossing him against the ropes, and I think he was trying to set up for the big Papa Powerbomb, but Griffin blocked it, but is now unceremoniously tossed across the ring, Tibbs.
Down and out.
That's right. Now I think Griffin's doing everything he can right now. Scott Moore is zeroing in on that big Papa Powerbomb, but wait a minute. Tibbs, I think Scott Moore's about to show Griffin Clouds the right way to do a Papa
All
Bomb.
ass.
Just taking him out. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. I don't know if Griffin Clouds can even breathe right now.
Listen, Sills, if you got hit with that area of Scott Moore, I don't know if you'd breathe for a while.
That's right, but Scott waiting. And there it is! The big Papa Powerbomb. 1, 2. And Griffin barely kicking out. Tibbs, I think Griffin was just working on instinct more than anything else right there. Scott Moore trying again. 1, 2. And I think Griffin's finally stirring after those vicious series of moves from Scott Moore. Now picking him up, slamming him. And let me tell you something, going after the knees of Scott Moore may be the wisest move for the VWO right now. It looks like Griffin now trying to set him up. Was going for the under vapor, but Scott reversed, delivering that vicious leg drop, taking out Justin Clouds, and the snack. Scott, don't go to the top turnbuckle. What are you doing?
Is he gonna do
Oh
it?
my God! Griffin Clouds getting the legs up, the knees going straight into the ribs, and now a beautiful neck breaker takes Scott Moore down. That was horrifying to watch, Tibbs.
Oh, that looks like it hurt.
That's right, now just bashing the skull in. Unfortunately, I think... Wait, what in the world? He's now trying to just break the neck of Scott Moore, wrenching back on it. And let me tell you something, I think this might be the wisest move from Griffin Clouds. Just try to tire the big man out. That's the best way to get through the Snack Daddies. That's what I would say.
You just hold him down.
But wait a minute, now tossing him into that turnbuckle. And now, was trying to go after Justin, but Justin fighting back as Guy Fieri goes after Griffin on the other side. What in the world is Scott Moore doing? Crawling to try to make the tag, and he's tagged in. Fieri, who's in like a house of fire, clotheslining Griffin Clouds. And then another huge takedown, taking out. Justin fighting back once again, goes for another, but Justin will not get off that turnbuckle. And he says, if you won't get out, I'll bring you in. And Fieri now setting up, picking him up, and there it is, the food fight to Justin Clouds.
Is that enough to do it, Settles?
Well, Justin's not the legal man. Fieri was just a little mad, but...
Is that enough?
That might be enough right there. The snack attack. And now it looks like he's trying to set up for a food fight on Griffin. But Griffin fighting back with those elbows. Those vicious elbows to the face. And now going for a snap suplex on the big man. And Griffin Clouds, I think, is firmly cementing himself right now. He's submitting his #1 contender shot, picking up Fieri and nailing him with the under vapor. But Scott Moore in the ring, going after Griffin. But Griffin fighting back. But wait, Scott Moore with that huge headbutt, sending the crate. Griffin's trying to pin Scott.
Whoops.
I think everything I was saying earlier about them getting back like the old VWO. Wait a minute. He's got him up. He's got him up for it, Tibbs. But Guy reverses under vapor. And he knocks Justin off of the turnbuckle once again. And now, Tibbs, I think it's all over. It's all over, but the counting. As he tosses Griffin to the outside, brings him back in with that vicious slam. And I think Guy Fieri's getting ready. Beautiful snack attack. I think Guy Fieri's getting ready to become the new #1 contender. Let's see it one more time. Beautiful food fight, Tibbs.
Delicious.
Going for that pinfall. Justin trying to make his way back to his feet on the outside, but unfortunately, he couldn't. And Tibbs, we have new #1 contenders to the JWF tag titles, and they are Scott Moore and Guy Fieri, the team known as the Snack Daddies. How do you think the BS are reacting to this?
I can't wait to see what happens with the BS. This is surely going to make an interesting few weeks for them.
That's right, Tibbs. I mean, you gotta think they faced the Brunch Boys before, so they faced Fieri before. Scotty Moore knows Scott Moore better than anybody else in this entire company. So let me tell you something. I think this match is gonna blow every tag match this year out of the water, Tibbs.
Yeah, buddy.
Sometimes we have to bet on ourselves.
Sometimes we win.
Sometimes we lose.
And sometimes we go double or nothing.
In Las Vegas!
Join the Fight Boys the day after Double or Nothing live from Las Vegas, May 26th at 12:30 p.m. live from StarCast for our first ever live show spectacular. Featuring special guest, Mega Ran.
Shout out to Style Speed, you can find me ripping MIC since 9-3. Women black like the MIBs, don't mind me MCs, you ain't in my league. You gotta be yet another caliber to be considered a challenger. Post up, I'm most ducks mimicking.
All right, Tibbs, it's now time. It's time for the match for which this pay-per-view is named the Cash in the Bag match, which, as we stated earlier, is going to be dripping in gold because it's nothing but champions tonight.
Looking forward to it, Sills. And we're starting off strong. Fresh off a win.
That's right, fresh off a win earlier, but he's also been through what was an absolutely grueling match, a no-holds-barred match. So you gotta think that this man, Blake Tanner, he's definitely not 100% going into this match, Tibbs.
Oh, Silv, he probably won't win, it's fine.
Well, of course, Blake Tanner, you gotta think in the past, he's held the JWF Championship for longer than anyone has in our modern era. And so I think he would be willing to do anything to get it back.
Probably, but he's too tired. Look at him, he's so tired. He's falling asleep in there.
That's right, Tibbs. But of course, not only are JWF superstars gonna be coming out tonight, so will our developmental champions, including this man, this dragon.
That's Falcor, he's a dragon.
So, Tibbs, I'm not too familiar with the JXT product. Could you please tell me about this man, Falcor the Stoppable?
Sills, is there any fucking thing else you need to know?
What?
He is pink. He has horns. He is dragon.
Yes, but in JXT, he is of course known as the JXT Tag Team Champion alongside his partner Zeus Hellman. And we talked about the BS having one hell of a match. Let's not forget they had one hell of a match against the team of Vod, K-Rool, and Ghazi at last night's JXT Overtake pay-per-view. Tibbs, let me tell you something. It was one hell of a show.
Falcor is also 642 years old.
That's right, Tibbs. But of course, speaking of men who deal with the supernatural on the regular, it's this man. Another man who's had him one hell of a night. And unfortunately, as you can see, he is not partnered with Honeypot. No, he is coming out to the ring alone. It is the JWF Captain's Champion, Mojo Gruff.
You know, I usually enjoy a nice little bit of glowy shit, but some things are just superfluous.
That's right, Tibbs, but Mojo Gruff coming to this ring, coming to win. Let me tell you something, his plans with Honeypot, maybe the Cash in the Bag match is gonna play to it. Maybe he needs that briefcase.
Everybody wants that briefcase, Sills. It represents something beautiful.
That's right, Tibbs, and all 6 of these men are fighting for this briefcase, which contains an opportunity to challenge for the JWF Championship at any time. Mamoa Curry can be asleep in bed as long as there's a referee there. Even Scotty Moore can challenge for the JWF title.
Well, Sills, that's the thing. Anybody can challenge for a title at any time, but the person who has that briefcase gets it any time.
That's right, Tibbs. We've seen success in the past. Griffin Clouds cashing in on Blake Tanner to become the JWF champion. We saw Brunch Boy Baron also cash in on Blake Tanner to become JWF champion. Blake Tanner, I just want to reiterate, he probably should have the brief. It just would work well. But who knows? It could be his tag team partner, Scotty Moore, but like we said earlier, Scotty Moore's been through just as much hell as Blake Tanner has, through just as much hell as Mojo Gruff has. They've all had matches tonight. Now the JXT superstars, they fought yesterday, but still, they've been through hell, Tibbs.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine. Scotty's a little sleepy, you could tell.
Yeah, the JWF boys, And Tibbs, let's not forget, these are three JWF superstars, 3 JXT superstars. Do you think there's going to be some brand warfare going on in the ring?
You know, one can only hope, Sills, but the JXT superstars are so varied. They have their own allegiances, Sills.
That's right, Tibbs. But speaking of allegiances, let's talk about a man who does have a friend in this ring, and that friend is, of course, his tag team partner, Falcor the Stoppable, because Zeus Hellman, one half of Gods on Parade, is here. Tibbs, tell me all about Zeus Hellman.
Zeus Hellman? He's Falcor's partner. He's a big guy that thinks he's Zeus.
I mean, Tibbs, from what I've heard, they do call him the Drop. He is the last bit of Hercules' godliness made form. I don't know why he calls himself Zeus, but who knows?
It's a tribute to his 99% grandfather.
That's right, Tibbs. And let me tell you something, the big thing about these men, these JXT superstars, most of them, this is their debut match in JWF, and they could become an instant #1 contender just with this one match, Tibbs.
Oh, I can't wait to see what happens. But you know what I also can't wait for? Oh, I can't. There he is.
Tibbs, what is this?
That's a Jeb-A-Dook.
Well, Tibbs, let me tell you something. I've heard a hell of a lot about this man, the Jeb-A-Dook, the JXT World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, a few weeks ago on Monday Night War, he faced off against Mamoa Curry. And Tibbs, there were points in that match where I thought the Jeb-A-Dook, that JXT was gonna dominate Mamoa Curry. So who knows? Let me tell you something. Heading into this match, I gotta say, I think Jeb is a heavy favorite.
That's his dad's skull.
Okay, that's good info. Of course, his dad, the Babadook, who he faced and defeated at last night's JXT Overtake pay-per-view. And of course, he won a ladder match. Jeb-A-Dook has already had one ladder match and come out successful. Do you think he could do it twice?
You know, Sills, I think anything's possible with the Jeb-A-Dook. He's absurdly powerful.
That's right. And now, Tibbs, I mean, in a match like this where you've got 2 separate tag teams, we knew there'd be some infighting, but who knew that Gods on Parade would be going after one another so quickly? I mean, Zeus and Falcor were putting the boots to each other immediately. Meanwhile,
well, they're more frenemies than anything.
Meanwhile, back in the ring, Blake Tanner going after Mojo Gruff as Scotty Moore tries to take on the Jeb-A-Dook. And let me tell you something, I know Scotty Moore, he's one hell of a competitor, but taking on the Jeb-A-Dook, it almost seems like a fool's errand.
It is.
Right, but wait, Scotty Moore now tossing Jeb-A-Dook into that corner, and a beautiful clothesline sends him to the ground. Scotty Moore climbing to the top rope. Ooh, and I think he thought better of it. I think he looked across the ring, saw Blake Tanner getting beaten down by Mojo Gruff, went over to save his tag team partner, clotheslining Mojo out of the ring, and now climbing to that top rope, and a beautiful double knee to the chest, taking out Mojo as Zeus Hellman brings the first ladder into the ring.
Well, now all they have to do is get it set up.
That's right. Now, actually, he's the only man in the ring really now. He just took Blake Tanner, delivered a vicious Alabama slam to take him down, and now Zeus is ascending the ladder, but Blake Tanner wisely going after him, trying his best to try to get the God off. Meanwhile, Scotty Moore climbing up the other side, and now trying to punch off the one half of the JXT Tag Team Champions. And in the ring right now, Tibbs, we've got what could be an amazing tag match. Wait, oh my God, a beautiful suplex off the top of that ladder takes out Zeus Hellman. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. We saw the BS, we saw Gods on Parade, but I think the BS are firmly in control right now.
Looks like it, Sills. It's an interesting feeling to see 2 men who have just gotten finished with a grueling match just kind of still dominating.
That's right, but now Falcor back in the ring, climbing the ladder, ascending it. as the Jeb-A-Dook actually ripping Falcor off the ladder and now shoving it to the ground, sending Scotty Moore with it. And now Zeus, there is no alliances with JXT as he takes out the Jeb-A-Dook. And now Blake Tanner going after everybody with that ladder.
He's just kind of swinging it wildly.
That's right. And now Scotty going after Zeus Hellman as Blake Tanner just walking across the ring. And now just the BS are in the ring. Oh, I thought we were going to see Blake and Scotty face off, but it looks like I think they're aware of the hell they could put each other through. They've had numerous matches in the past, and I think the BS are saving their energy, Tibbs.
Well, you gotta save it up for the hardest challenges.
That's right. And now Falcor going after Scotty Moore on the outside of the ring. Blake Tanner going against Zeus Hellman. Tibbs, let me tell you something. Are we looking at a future WrestleMania matchup? We're seeing the JXT champs, the JWF champs face off against one another. But now Jeb-A-Dook just beating the living hell out of everybody with that ladder.
So did you say a future Wrestle what match?
WrestlePalooza match, Tibbs. WrestlePalooza.
That's what I thought you said. That's what I thought.
Oh.
All right, carry on.
Jeb-A-Dook just scampering up to the top of that ladder as Zeus Hellman and Scotty's trying to tip it over, but they are a bit heavy. Oh, there we go. Falcor assisting Scotty Moore and tossing that ladder down, taking out Zeus, taking out the Jeb-A-Dook. Meanwhile, on the outside of the ring, looks like Blake Tanner's got himself another ladder. Or is that Mojo Gruff? Can't really see from here. Oh, it's Mojo. All right, now looks...
Yeah, they both got long hair.
Yeah, meanwhile, Scotty Moore ascending the ladder, got his hands on that cash-in-the-bag briefcase. Everyone else down. Blake Tanner is actually facing off against Mojo. Tibbs, do you think that... Oh, wait a minute. Blake Tanner actually climbing up the ladder. Are we about to see it? Nope, we're not. Scotty started climbing down and they tipped the ladder up. I don't think the BS want to fight, Tibbs.
No, and Gods on Parade didn't help much.
Well, Gods on Parade, I don't think they care if it's their tag team partner, if it's their enemy, if it's whoever. They're going to beat the living hell out of everybody just to try to get that briefcase. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. I think that's a wise approach to this match, as Mojo Gruff gets his hands on that briefcase, but now Jeb fighting back, and now tossing, oh, both of them off. Mojo actually landing on that other ladder. Tibbs, that cannot feel good.
Oh, Blake Tanner just ate a Duke Whirl.
That's right, a Duke Whirl straight into the ladder. As Zeus Hellman now gets back in the ring. Oh, was trying to go for a shot, but Blake Tanner fighting back as Jeb-A-Dook picks up that ladder once again and just goes after everybody.
Oh, I love Jeb-A-Dook. Some part of me thinks that Jeb-A-Dook isn't even here to win that briefcase. He just likes to hurt things.
That's right, the Jeb-A-Dook of famous. Wait a minute. The BS now working together to take out the JXT champ, picking him up. Beautiful suplex from both of them. And now Blake Tanner going after Zeus Hellman. The BS going crazy. Scotty blowing a goodbye kiss to Zeus. And oh my God! From out of nowhere, Scotty hits the SMG, and it looks like that goodbye kiss wasn't to Zeus Hellman. It was to Blake Tanner, Tibbs.
I don't know, Sills. It looks like it was more spur of the moment.
That's right. And now Scotty. Oh, Scotty was going for the SMG, but Jeb grabs him, takes him down with the Duke Whirl. Scotty forced to roll out of the ring as Zeus and Jeb now climbed to the top and won the world. Oh my God! Jeb with a massive slam, destroying the ladder, exploding the ring. The Jeb-A-Dook's got insane, Tibbs.
Jeb-A-Dook. The Jeb-A-Dook is here for everyone's souls.
That's right. Now just bashing people with that ladder. Meanwhile, on the outside, looks like Falcor going after Scotty Moore. Beautiful. Oh, wait, no, that's Mojo Gruff. As Zeus now back in the ring, picking up that ladder, wisely taking out Jeb-A-Dook. And let me tell you something, Tibbs. Zeus Hellman, you can't get him away from that briefcase no matter how hard you try.
He really likes that that looking, that cash money.
That's right. Now looks like the BS trying to team up to take out Zeus Hellman, putting him down to the ground. Oh, was trying to go for a big kick, but Zeus gets out of the way. Meanwhile, now God's on parade, getting back in the ring. Mojo, Gruff in the ring. Tibbs, everyone's crowding the ring as Blake Tanner grabs that briefcase, but Scotty Moore's got him. Oh my God! Tibbs and SMG from the top of the ladder. Scotty Moore betraying his tag team partner as Jeb-A-Dook. What in the world is Jeb-A-Dook doing as Scotty Moore grabs the... Oh my God! Jeb-A-Dook diving out of the ring trying to go for Mojo Gruff. Scotty's got the briefcase though, but Mojo's trying to stop him. But wait a minute, what's Falcor doing? Falcor's tossing Mojo out of the ring. And now they're all fighting amongst each other. The JXT Superstars just can't seem to figure out what's going on. Blake Tanner in the ring trying to knock the ladder over, but Scotty Moore has got it. Tibbs.
Well.
Let me tell you
So the turns table.
And Tibbs, let me tell you something. We thought it was a wise move to bring those JXT Superstars into this ring, but it was their infighting, their inexperience that allowed Scotty Moore to steal the cash in the bag briefcase. There's been a theft tonight, and the culprit is this man, Scotty Moore. Well, Tibbs, let me tell you something. The main event aside, it has been one hell of a pay-per-view. We've seen some vicious championship matches. We've seen some of the most resiliency I've ever seen in a JWF ring. What'd you think about it?
Sills, like every year, this wonderful little pay-per-view has reminded me it's all about the money, baby.
That's right, Tibbs. But of course, we didn't have any championships change hands, but now that Scotty Moore's got that briefcase, it could happen any day now. We could see a new JWF champion with the addition of the Snack Daddies to the JWF tag teams. I mean, we could see a new tag champion with them. Who knows what's gonna be next at JWF? But let me tell you something, Tibbs. It's been one hell of a pay-per-view. Thanks for joining me.
Sills, I'm always here. I love it. Here, have an onion.
All right, well, have you got onions?
Take a bite.
No, I'm good. I don't need the onion, Tibbs. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, he's been Captain Tibbs. He's still got the onions. Okay, that's cool. I've been Silver Spoon. This has been JWF Cash in the Bag. And we will see you next time.